Imam Rabbani. Hadrat, Expression of Honor and Respect. Ahmad Farooqi, as-Sirhindi. Part 2. The famous alim, Islamic scholar, and great wali, one loved by Allahu Taala, was raised in India. He was the light of the arifs, those who have deep comprehension wise, the leader of the Awliya, plural of wali, the guardian of Islam, the crown of Muslims, the Mujaddid, one who spreads the books of the mujtahids all over the world, and restores the teachings of the as-Sunna and the right way. Mujtahid, great alims who drew meanings or conclusions through endeavoring to understand the hidden meaning in an ayat karima or a hadîth sharif, and the apple of the eye of alims. He is the 23rd of the Islamic alims known as the Silsile aliyye, chain of blessed Awliya, Ahl-Sunnah alims, that conveyed the true path of Ahl-Sunnah from the time of our Prophet Muhammad alayhis-salam, who guided people to learn the correct belief, worship, and morality, to act upon the knowledge they learned, and to attain the ridha, approval, of Allahu Taala. He was born on the 14th of Shawwal in Hijri, year 971, Miladi year 1563, May 26th, in the city of Sirhind, India. Some sources state that he was born on the 10th of Muharram, Hijri year 971, Miladi year 1563, August 29th. He passed away on the 28th of Safar, Hijri, year 1034, Miladi year 1624, December 10th, in Sirhind at the age of 63. His tomb is there. One of the esteemed students of Hadrat Imam Rabbani contracted leprosy. His friends avoided sitting with him, staying in his company, or eating from the same dish. One day, one of his beloved friends openly refrained from eating from the same bowl at a gathering. This saddened and upset the student greatly. He took refuge in the dargah, place where salat and religious instruction is conducted, of Imam Rabbani, and begged him for tawajjuh, focus attention on a person, with Allahu Taala's permission, for his help and spiritual attention. Hadrat Imam, overwhelmed by compassion and mercy, made dua, invocation, intimate prayers, for the disease to be lifted. He drew the illness to himself, that is, the disease transferred from the student's body to the blessed feet of Hadrat Imam Rabbani. His companion saw that no trace of the disease remained on the student, while the ikhlas, sincerity, and iman, belief, of the loyal ones were strengthened. They were all disturbed and saddened by the fact that the illness had passed to Hadrat Imam. Seeing the grief, crying, impatience, and fears of his sons and students, Hadrat Imam again made dua for the disease to be lifted. With permission of Allahu Taala, the disease was lifted. Hadrat Imam showed his sons and students that there was no longer any trace of the disease left. They all made shukr, expressing one's appreciation. One of Hadrat Imam Rabbani's students narrates, "Once I was afflicted with a severe case of malaria. I could not recover for a long time. I had become extremely weak and frail. My illness reached such a state that my relatives lost hope in my life and stood watch over me at night, wanting to be there when I died. In this condition, I remembered my teacher Hadrat Imam Rabbani and made dua to be healed through his blessings. One night, when my illness had peaked, a man appeared before me, dressed completely in white, his face covered. He approached me and said, 'This cloak has been sent by the Prophet, the Master of the Worlds, alayhis-salam, to Hadrat Imam Rabbani, Sheikh Ahmed Farooqi Naqshbandi. Hadrat Imam Rabbani has sent it to you. I came to clothe you with this. By its blessing, you will be healed.' He then covered me from head to toe with the cloak. I began to feel a chill starting from my feet and rising to my head. I was cured. When my sister, who was with me, noticed that my feet were cold, she thought I was about to die and started crying and screaming. I said, "Do not be disturbed. Do not scream nor be sad. I am recovering." I then asked for soup and drank it. I regained my full health. I even got up that morning and made morning salat, ritual prayer, standing up. In Deccan, a plateau occupying the majority of the Indian peninsula, there was a governor who had thousands under his command. This governor loved the Salih, pious, alims, and arifs, those who have deep comprehension, wise. He also had great love and devotion toward Hadrat Imam Rabbani. Suddenly he was dismissed from his position. He Sultan of the time thought very badly of him, and even intended to kill him and his children. Mir Muhammad Numan, one of the governor's acquaintances, wrote a letter to Hadrat Imam Rabbani explaining his situation, seeking special du'as for his protection from the Sultan's wrath and for his reinstatement. Imam Rabbani replied, "While reading your letter, the governor appeared very elevated in my eyes. Do not worry about him at all." When this letter reached Mir Muhammad Numan, he sent it to the governor, who was overjoyed and grateful. He said, "It pains me greatly that the Sultan thinks so poorly of me for no reason. Envious people have slandered me. However, I have complete iman in the tawajjuh and security of the incomparable arifs and great awliya." 10 or 12 days after this letter was written, the Sultan regretted what he had done. He showed Muhammad kindness and shafaqat, compassion, again, and placed that province under the command of the governor. The governor then showed even more generosity and kindness than ever before. The Sultan of the time summoned the son of a commander who had committed injustice to the people of the city of Lahore with intense anger. Knowing of the Sultan's fury, people thought the son of the commander would be crushed under elephants the moment he arrived. The commander's son thought the same and was terrified. When he reached the city of Sirhind, although he had never seen Hadrat Imam Rabbani before, he came to him because of his spiritual connection and belief, and begged for protection. Hadrat Imam Rabbani said, "Do not fear. With Allahu Taala's permission, no harm will come to you. In fact, the Sultan will show you kindness, affection, and respect." The man, overwhelmed by pain and distress, said, "If you would write your words down on paper and give it to this poor man, I would no longer be troubled." Upon his insistence, Hadrat Imam Rabbani smiled and wrote, "So-and-so sought refuge in this fakir, a devout, needy Muslim from the Sultan's wrath. This fakir took him under his wings and protected him from destruction." The man took this paper and left Hadrat Imam Rabbani's presence. After a long while, someone brought news that the Sultan had tortured that person and thrown him in prison. When Hadrat Imam Rabbani heard of this, he smiled and said, "I see as clearly as the morning sun that this person is receiving compassion and favor from the Sultan. What has been said is not true." 2 or 3 days later, news came that when the person came into the presence of the Sultan welcomed him with a smile, gave him a few pieces of advice, and then complimented him and gave him a robe. The essence of Vaz, Islamic lecture, and the most precious of advice is to meet with Allahu Taala's people and to be in their company. To be among Allahu Taala's people and to hold on to Islam is tied to following the correct path of Ahl al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, which has been heralded as the saved group among the various firqa, groups of belief within the religion of Muslims. Without following this path, there is no salvation. One cannot attain happiness without adhering to what these great ones understood. The reason for the aqwal and ilm of the alims and the revelations of the Awliya confirm this truth. There is no mistake in this. One must consider even a mustard seed of deviation from this path as a deadly poison. Speaking to a deviated person should be feared like a snakebite. Alims who do not fear Allahu Taala, no matter which firqa they belong to, are heretics. None of these deviated 72 firqas are Ahl al-Sunnah. The worst among them are the Shiites and Wahhabis. All the corruption in religion and the fierce enmity against religion are the evils left by such heretics. They help to destroy Islam in order to seize worldly things. In ayat 16 of Surah Al-Baqarah, it is stated, "They have purchased error at the price of guidance, so their trade brings no gain, nor are they guided." This ayat speaks about them. In a hadith, it is stated, "The iman of a person is not complete unless he is called crazy." You know that this fakir, Imam Rabbani, keeps striving through speech and writing to emphasize the importance of associating with good people, and continually warns against befriending bad people or reading their books. Because the foundation of the matter lies in these two things. Speaking is from us, accepting is from you. Rather, all of it is from Allahu Taala. Good news to those whom Allahu Taala uses for khair, goodness, auspicious amal. Wassalam.